Hey guys, Noah again. I'm still trying to decide what format I want to do these vlogs in. I still feel like for now, doing the 15-minute blocks is best. If I'm feeling particularly wordy, I might do, 2 videos at a time, recording 2 videos at a time. We'd already kind of covered my diagnosis story and some of the things I wish I had known and some misconceptions. Tonight, kind of what I want to cover is anniversaries of like big traumatic events. I have one coming up, so that's kind of why it's on my mind, and kind of the coping mechanisms that go along with this. So for me, I have a therapy dog who's a big help. Having a therapy animal, dog, cat, fish, rabbit, duck, whatever your particular therapy animal is a big help, because sometimes you just need to feel loved kind of unconditionally, and your pets are really good at that. They give you that unconditional affection, and they can pick up on when you're feeling upset, and they usually try to help. My dog is kind of informally trained, but he's a registered therapy dog, and there are a couple ways you can do it. Normally you need a doctor's note, and there are a couple good websites that you can get your dog registered on. And I say you need a doctor's note. You can register your animal as a therapy pet without a doctor's note, but for it to actually hold any like weight, it would be best to have a note from a doctor or a psychiatrist. One of the other things I would suggest is get really involved in your hobbies. I'm a big fan of Magic the Gathering, so kind of knowing that I'm going to be cycling or having some emotional stress because of this stressful day coming up, I'm playing a lot of Magic and kind of keeping myself busy, and that's one thing to do. You need to balance self-care, like you time, with staying busy and not thinking about the difficult day or the difficult time. Reading is always good. I'm a big reader. I enjoy reading, so it's another thing I would enjoy. Movies. I mean, I love getting lost in some classic films. I'm kind of a big film buff, so find something you love and then do it. It's okay to feel, and forcing yourself to not feel is more detrimental. So you need to let yourself feel sad, to feel stressed, to feel those negative emotions, but you can't let it take over you. And that's the problem that I think a lot of us deal with. I think that enjoying your friends and family, talking to somebody. I think enjoying your friends and family and being there with them, for them, and using your support system is a big deal during those emotional and difficult days. I have, thankfully, a really good, strong support system in my friends and family, and I know that when I'm struggling on the day, I'll be able to reach out to them. One thing that you need to do is to be nice to yourself. There's going to be a lot of people in this world who are going to beat you up for a lot of different reasons, and don't let yourself be one of them. And it's kind of like trying to give you wisdom that I myself have a hard time following, but I find that when I give myself positive self-talk, when I'm my best advocate instead of my worst enemy, I feel better when I don't feel like I'm beating the crap out of myself. I feel like you should be your best friend and not your worst enemy. I feel like a lot of us, because of what we go through, have a lot of difficulty kind of loving ourselves, and something that we feel like is a big problem or a big flaw of ours. Excuse me. And that's something we need to realize is, yeah, we have a mental illness, we have a disorder, but it's not a character flaw. It's not something we chose. It's not something we did to ourselves. It's not something that any of us would say go out there and ask for, but we are dealing with it. So be kind to yourself. On the day that it's happening, so upcoming, October 22nd is going to be the 2-year anniversary that my ex-wife left. And for me, just thinking about it, I have to think about the place I'm in now, and that I'm in a happier place than I was before, and how it doesn't feel like it, but it was a good thing that she left for both of us. I had a lot of anger and resentment towards her for a long time, and now looking back, I'm glad that she did leave, because I think for both of us we needed it. So, in all honesty, it's a mixture of it's sad because it was a difficult moment, and it was a tumult, and it really kind of threw my life into whack. And it's hard because there are things about her I miss. I mean, there are things about being married I miss. There are things about being in that kind of long-term committed relationship that I miss, that I don't have anymore. And I'm gonna feel that loss on Monday, but I have to think of what I've gained, and I've gained experience. I've gained more time with my family. I was living in Texas at the time, and moved back after we split, and because of that, I've gained more time with them. I've gotten to know a lot of great people that I otherwise wouldn't have met. Now that I've come back to North Carolina, that I wouldn't have met if she hadn't have left. And I'm sure that she is happier too. And that's one thing that helps, knowing that we're both in a better place. Exercise is important, and I don't do it as much as I should, and I really should be doing it more. But keeping yourself physically busy will be helpful too. For everybody who's able. I know that some of us have physical limitations, but if you are able to be physically busy or physically active, go for it. Play a game, do some work, be productive. And that's one other thing I would suggest, the power of productivity. I know a lot of us feel paralyzed, especially when we're depressed or we're struggling, and none of us want to move. And it's a struggle to get out of bed and do anything. But when we can make ourselves do it, and when we can feel the power of productivity, I think it'll help boost our mood a lot. Feeling like we've overcome something. I know that every day it feels like we're kind of having to overcome something, getting out of bed, but sometimes it's nice to have another accomplishment, another thing to say, yes, I did that today. Think about, or write a list of things about yourself that you love. Write a list of things about your situation that you appreciate. Practice gratitude, even in the face of something horrible. It's all of us have a disorder that a lot of us feel like causes a lot of pain and a lot of heartache. But one thing we could try is to think of the good parts. And I know it sounds hard, but we get to see the world in a way that other people don't. And there's a certain amount of resilience that comes with having to suffer from bipolar disorder, because we don't get a break. I mean, it's a 24/7 thing. It's like having a monkey on your back constantly. We're constantly fighting something. So give yourself some credit that you're tough. You're tough because you have to be. You're smart. You're knowledgeable about something that you've been through. You can do it because you've dealt with way worse. And there are days where tomorrow morning I have to go get my tires fixed, and I hate interacting with people, and I don't want to do it. But one thing I think about is, every day I deal with so much worse than having to interact with people, that maybe that won't be so bad. Every day, I think about going to work, and some days I'm really excited for it, and some days I'm not. But every day it's tiring, because I'm tired when I get up to go to work, because I know that it's going to be emotionally and physically exhausting. I'm usually better when I get there, but getting there is tiring, and coming home is tiring. I'm usually pretty emotionally drained by the end of the day. But I feel like if we can maybe practice gratitude, that'll help boost our mood too. Sorry, I'm rambling, guys. It's. I wish I had better answers or all the answers for everybody, because God knows I could use them too. But I want all of you to know, whether you're dealing with bipolar disorder, or whether you're dealing with severe depression, whether you're dealing with PTSD, infertility, whatever your particular thorn is, whatever's causing you grief, that ultimately, at the end of the day, you're not alone. Someone knows what you're going through. There is another human being on this planet that knows what you're going through. And you might not know who they are. They might not know who you are. But someone else knows. And it's hard. I know for a lot of people, when we start feeling alone, and that would be my last big piece of advice for days that are going to be particularly triggering, is if you have to be alone for the well-being of yourself or others, you better than I do. But I know for me personally, those are the days where I should not be alone, if I can help it. Hope you guys are enjoying the vlog series. I'm going to try and keep it up. I don't know if I'm going to do one every day like I have been, or if I'm going to kind of be sporadically updating. But for right now, I'm going to keep rolling on this pace as best I can. I hope you guys have a good day. Deuces.